All right, moving on to the EOC review, number 18 through whatever I get through. All right, so here is a quadrilateral on a coordinate plane that undergoes two transformations. First thing I did was to take each one of these points and write down their coordinate points in a row here, in a column. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, the first, they're going to undergo a reflection across the line y equals x, and that line is this line. It's a one-to-one slope, so make sure each block is split evenly, one-to-one, and it intersects with. So it's going to reflect across that line, but it doesn't really matter. That's just what y equals x means. So the way you do this, right, is you play around with the point comparison from the algebraic expression. All right, so I'm going to take a, b, c, and d, prime, 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 make it ready to receive the points. And then I have to remember what the point comparison is for a reflection across the y and x axis. So you might remember that reflections across the x and y axis, the back part of the algebraic expression is y x, and that's it. The x and the y flop values. Right? If it was across the value y equals negative x, it would be the same thing, except these would be negative, meaning that the new x coordinate in my prime points is the old y coordinate, and the new y coordinate points is the old x coordinate. So these points are going to be transposed from my y values of my previous point. So these are going to be 2, 4, 4, and negative 1. And this is going to be 1, 4, 4, and, oh wait, hold on. That was a mistake. I transposed those wrong. 1, excuse me. 1, 2, 5, and 3. Okay, so those are my new points after I reflected this across this axis. Okay, so then that is the first transformation to happen. Okay, the second transformation to happen, and I'll do this in, what color do I have? I have green. I'll do this in green. The second transformation is a translation of x plus 2 and y minus 3. Okay, so I'll set up my translation again. So my A double prime, B, C, D, they're both double primes. And then I'll get my point coordinates set up to receive them. Translations are easy, right? It's just my x coordinate is going to get added by 2 and my y is going to be subtracted by 3. Okay, so I'm just going to take each my x coordinates and I'm going to add 2. Do my x's first and then my y's. It makes it easier. So it's going to be 4, 6, 6, and 1. 4, 6, 6, and 1. Okay, and then 4, 6. This D3 and my D values are wrong. Yeah, that didn't seem right to begin with. This is D at negative 2. This should be negative 2. 3 and negative 2 from the get-go. So this would make this. Didn't seem right. 3. This would make this negative 2. Would make this 0. Caught my own error. It makes this 0. Okay. So that would be 0. Okay, and then my y value is going to be from here. It's going to be 3 minus, it's going to be negative 2 minus 1. This is going to be 2, and this will be 0. Okay, so that will be my new coordinate points for that. Okay, let me do another one. Let's do this next one. All right, so I have 5 things here. All right, I have actually 6 points, so let me go ahead and pause the camera while I set this up. Okay, so I've went ahead and transcribed all my coordinate points from here into a straight line, and I'm going to go ahead and do my first rotation of 180 degrees about the origin. It doesn't matter if it's counterclockwise or clockwise, 180 degrees. It's a rotation of 180 degrees. Okay, first let me go ahead and do a little sidebar conversation. I guess I can plot this one too while I'm doing it, right? But if I have an X and a Y, okay, and then I rotate it one way or the other, the Y's and the X's flop. Okay, if I rotate it this way, the negative sign goes in front of here. If I rotate it this way, it goes here. So let's say I rotate it this way, right? I'm going to rotate it this way, negative sign goes out right there, right? If I rotate it again, right, say I rotate it some more, right, then it's the X and the Y's flop again, and both of them get negative signs, okay? If I flop it one more time, right, I'm just back over here, right? I'll just be back over here, and then, so I'm effectively going to have Y and X, right, and be here again, right? And then if I flop it one more time, I'm back at the beginning, right? So that's how the kind of the whole thing works in rotation, right? So that's how the rotation scheme goes, okay? It works backwards too, right? It works backwards as well, okay? So either way you want to go, that's how you remember how it goes. So maybe I should make like a little circle. Make a little circle in that. Anyway, let's go to this one. All right, so here we have an A, B, C, D, E, and F. Okay, and these are all going to be primes. And then we have a open box or open bracket and a closed with a comma in between. And with a 180 degrees, this is going to be a negative X and a negative Y. Maybe kind of hard to see, but negative X and a negative Y. That's easier to see. Okay, so all X and Y stay in the same spot, but they are opposite and negative, or they are negative, not opposite, but they are the opposite sign. So this is going to be 5, 3, 2, 3, 6, and 4. This is going to be 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, and 2. All right, so that's the first one. Okay, the second one is another translation. 1 unit left, so it's going to be negative 1 unit for my X, and 3 units down, so it's going to be negative 3 units down. All right, so this is going to be A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so that's going to be -1 and -3. For my double primes. Okay, for my double primes. Okay, so -1 for each of my X values. So it's going to be 4, 2, 1, 2, 5, 3. -3 for my X's, or for my Y's, excuse me. -3 for my Y's. -2, -2, 0, negative, or correction, just 1, 1. That's ugly. Let me fix that. 1 and 0 and -1. Okay, so I guess I'll take the time to plot these. All right, and after plotting those points, those are the 2 points that I got. So this is my orange images, and these are my green images. So that's what all that stuff looks like when it's all done being plotted. Okay, so, oh wait a minute, there might be an error there. Hold on, let me look at that. Yep, so I found a small error right there where I had that as 0 when it should have been -1. So I corrected that error and I made that look better. All right, so that is now correct. All right, so there's that one. All right, so here's number 20, and it's plotted dots again and the coordinate points, and it gives us this weird transformation here. It means nothing. This isn't anything, right? But it tells us that we're going to do A, B, C, D, and this transformation is going to happen to it, where we're going to take X and we're going to swap its value. We're going to take Y and subtract 6 from it. So this is going to be -2, -4, 0, and 0. Someone's at my door. Hold on a second. All right, then we have 4, and we're going to subtract 6 from it. So this is going to be -2, -4, -6, and -4. And let's go ahead and plot that. So after plotting those dots and connecting them all together, you'll see that this is the resulting image. So that's how you do something like that. When it's in the parentheses, you just kind of do what it tells you to do. All right, hope all that stuff makes sense. We're going to move on to 21 and beyond in the next video.